Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the story of Valeria Castaneda. It's a fantastic case study in how to build a digital business, what happens when it all comes crashing down, and how you engineer a comeback. This is a story about strategy, pure resilience, and really, the new rules of being an entrepreneur.
So let's start with the big question, right? The one that's at the very heart of the creator economy. It's not just about posting content. No way. It's about building a brand, a real community, and a business from scratch. A lot of times with nothing more than a camera and an internet connection.
Now, I want you to just try and imagine meticulously building an audience of this size, 735,000 people. That's years of work, thousands of posts. It's a direct line to your customer base. It is the absolute foundation of your entire business.
And then, poof, it's gone, vanishes. One notification, and the platform you poured everything into just deletes your account. This right here is the central crisis of our story, and it forces a question that every single digital creator has to think about. What do you do when your whole foundation just disappears? To understand the answer, we've got to look at what she built in the first place.
So, before the crisis, there was the brand. And honestly, to really get the comeback, you first have to understand the identity that made her audience connect with her so strongly. She put it perfectly in her own words. I'm a sweet and simple 22-year-old girl. I love what I do. You see, that's not some complicated marketing slogan cooked up in a boardroom. It's a foundation built on authenticity. It's all about projecting a genuine, real persona that her audience found incredibly relatable.
Her brand wasn't just built on one thing. It was this perfect mix of that sweet and simple persona, a really natural appeal that made her stand out, and this vibrant Colombian energy. You put all those together and you get this powerful, unique identity that was just super hard for anyone else to copy in a very crowded market.
Okay, so a strong brand is one thing, but how do you turn that into an actual, viable business? Let's break down the mechanics of how this digital enterprise really made money.
The strategy here is actually a classic. It's a digital marketing funnel, just perfectly adapted for the creator economy. So on one side, you've got the free platforms, think X, Telegram. Their job is to build a huge audience and basically act as a 24/7 advertisement. Then, on the other side, you have the paid platform, OnlyFans. That's where the real business happens. The goal is simple: get those free followers to become paying subscribers.
So, what did you get if you paid?
Well, for a pretty competitive $13 a month, it wasn't just about future content. It was instant access to this massive library. We're talking over 750 posts and 300 videos. And those 146,000 likes, that's not just a vanity metric. That shows a super engaged community that felt like they were getting real value for their money.
Okay, get ready for this number. Based on some pretty conservative estimates, this is the potential annual net income, just from subscriptions. That figure doesn't even touch the extra revenue from things like tips or custom content. It's a number that just shows you the incredible economic power of building a brand directly for your audience.
But let's be super clear about something. This is not passive income, not even close. This level of success is the result of a full-time, crazy demanding job. You have to be a photographer, a video editor, a community manager, a social media strategist, and a marketer, all at the same time. It's a constant grind to keep the content fresh and the audience paying attention.
So she had the brand, she had the business model, everything was clicking, and then the whole thing came crashing down. This is the crisis, and this is where the story gets really interesting.
This timeline, man, it just captures the whole dramatic roller coaster. She kicks off her career at 19, and by her early 20s, boom, she's built this massive audience on Instagram. Then, the fall. The account gets banned, wiping out years of hard work in an instant. But the story doesn't end there. Look at the rebound. It shows a strategic pivot. She didn't just rebuild, she rebuilt on different platforms to make sure this couldn't happen again.
Her story is a textbook example of something called platform risk, and it is the single biggest threat for any creator or business that's built on social media. You have to remember, you don't own your audience, the platform does, and they can take it all away from you in a second, with no warning and no way to appeal.
And here's the genius part of her comeback. She didn't just rebuild, she diversified. She spread her audience out across X and Telegram, creating a much more resilient business. Now, you might notice Twitch has a smaller following, but including it is strategic. It's an investment in a new type of platform, future-proofing her business. Now, if one platform bans her, she still has a direct line to hundreds of thousands of followers on the others. This is what risk management looks like for a modern creator.
Now, if we kind of zoom out for a second,
Her personal journey really highlights these much larger trends and challenges that are defining what it means to be a digital entrepreneur today, especially for young women in Latin America.
You see, this is about way more than just one person's success. It's about a whole new economic pathway. In parts of the world where traditional jobs can be really limiting, these digital platforms offer a totally different route to financial independence and creative control. It's a huge cultural and economic shift, and it's all being driven by technology.
But, and this is a big but, this path is full of some really unique and tough challenges. We've already talked about the reality of platform instability, but creators also have to deal with cultural stigma, which can be intense, and they have to face the longevity question. How do you build a sustainable, long-term career in an industry that moves a million miles an hour? These are the real questions every creator has to answer for themselves.
Ultimately, this whole case study leaves us with a pretty provocative thought. Valeria Castaneda's story, building a brand, leveraging platforms, surviving a total catastrophe, and strategically rebuilding, it forces us to ask what entrepreneurship really truly looks like in the 21st century. It might be volatile, it's definitely risky, but it's also incredibly resilient, it's decentralized, and it is undeniably powerful.